Hello guys, Barbazan here, and today we're going for the Austrian Grand Prix. The Austrian Grand Prix has been basically the Styrian. In 2020 there were two Grand Prix held in the circuit of Spielberg, one called Austrian and the other one called Styrian. The reason was because there would have needed to be more races, and Austria was going to be a good race because it was kind of in the middle of Europe, so it was a good one to be. And not only that, they were back to back, which it was a lot easier for the teams and, well, the drivers. It was a lot easier for everyone. Maybe someone could have been there for 2 weeks or maybe 1 week, but it was easier for teams, and not only for them but the FIA as well, to maybe organize where they would go. But now we're going into the game and we are trying to see which sponsor fits us quite nicely, and I am going to try and choose one for to have a good weekly payout and a good goal bonus. The goal bonus right now, I think we can make it because we have qualified home pole and we have won a race, so I think we are quite capable of doing something, except if something changes, maybe something with an update, changing AI, which has already happened. There was an update, I think 1.06, which did something, but I don't remember I don't remember very well. But now going into the R&D, we cannot make anything. Well, we can't do something, and I don't know what to do because I do want downforce, but I do want more straight line speed because in Canada I felt like the car wasn't having enough power to maintain with the aero, or I should say it better, the drag was too much. We were having really great acceleration, but our top speed was really bad, which is something to do with the drag, which I am going to try and address. But I also need to change the, well, downforce, and when we get high downforce level, it can mean that we can run lower downforce with, well, more cornering speed. It won't be much affected because of the upgrades. I think you can get what I mean. But we are now going for the qualifying, and the qualifying will set us for the sprint race, because this round has a sprint race and then we have the race. The sprint race is 12 laps, and not only that, it was really interesting as we were the only guys to make a stop, and you will see what we did. But going now into Q1, we already set our lap time. We're going for the second lap time, and we are through into Q2 quite nicely and easily. P8 in the end. Now going into the qualifying results, Q1 results, we can see that our teammate Enzo didn't quite pass, and not only that, he was last, so he can take some grid penalties and he won't be affected. But we are now going into Q2 for our first lap time. We set the lap time and we are now in 7th place. We go for a second time, and I think we're through into Q3, and yes we are. But not only that, we set it on provisional pole. Nice. Now going to the results of Q2, we are in provisional pole by 27,000 of a second, which is quite close. Could be a bit closer, but I think we're nice. I think we're safe. Well, not safe, but you get what I mean. Alexander Albon into the Williams couldn't make it through into Q3. Alexander has been making it in Q3 for quite some races, and it is a bit disappointing that he couldn't make it into this one. But now going into a first lap, it is well, not really good lap, but going for a second lap time now. This is why I did everything like that in the sprint race, because we didn't have time to settle up then, because the AI let everyone to pass, and now we just don't have time to settle up, which is quite frustrating, because I think we could have at least gotten a P5, maybe not a ball, but the P5 was in the cards. It is what it is, and they cannot do anything to change it now that it is locked in. P5 was the only, well, not only, it was 5/10 improvement, which I think I could have made with track evolution, but we cannot see what I could have done, because I didn't have time to settle up then because of the AI. But as I said, it is what it is. Charles Leclerc is on pole ahead of the two Red Bulls.
It's wet here today and we're expecting those downpours to continue. This will make for a difficult sprint for all the teams. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, the owner driver, Sainz, Bottas, Albon, Norris, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Joe, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Tsunoda, De Vries, Sargent, Enzo Fittipaldi. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Okay, so you're saying that this is going to be a no-stopper, but the track is going to dry out in the end, and that's where the stop comes in. I won't tell you what I'm finished, but I'm going to tell you it is going to be really spicy. Now, in the ranked, which was quite many weeks ago at this point, I think almost a month, Austria was in the ball, and it was a 25% race, and I could have gone minus or plus 20, I don't remember which. I think it was plus 0.20 laps, and I could have gone to the race, to the end of the race, quite happily. So, going to the formation lap, we have no issue starting from P8, where we qualified. Now going to the end of the formation lap. So in P8 didn't have a spin as in, I think, the second or third episode. I don't remember, but going now to our grid box, trying to get the best starting position that we can, and we get a 0.2. Not that bad, but it could be better. We're waiting now for the order drivers to line up. Okay, so the game has saved. The radar lights have popped up, and now we are going for the race starting, and this is not a race, it's a sprint race. So it is only 12 laps, and a stop isn't supposed to happen, but we'll see what we can do. Starting from P8, where can we go? Off in turn 2 and turn 1, we actually go backwards. Quite interestingly, Sainz in the Ferrari is behind us, and we have Gasly, who's in the Alpine ahead, Alonso in the Aston Martin, who started ahead of us, made a move on Gasly, but now we're going to make it down, and we are going to make a really bad dive as we crash into Hamilton, and we need to go and change our front wing, because this is really bad. But in fact, this is not the stop that I was telling you about, it was something else about the weather. We're going to the, well, you'll see what will happen, which shouldn't spoil, but this is, well, it is really turning for us as we are now in P6. We're going to score 2 points, which is actually really not that good now that I'm thinking of it. But it is 2 points in this first season, so we should be fighting for the points. But I'm not going to pit this lap because I thought, well, maybe I could stay out. And this was a huge mistake that I made. And now you can see that I'm going to change the weather condition to see where we can, if we should beat this lap or no. But yellow flags and something has happened behind us, and there will be a virtual safety car. Some people have crashed, and now it is going to be updated from virtual safety car to full safety car to see the McLaren has crashed and the Aston Martin of Fernando Alonso has crashed into the McLaren. So we are now going to change our front wing and go into the hard side of tires. Oh, this race has turned out to be not that bad because, oh, safety car may be out to lap number 5 or maybe even 6, which will be way better for us because we'll have less tire wear and it will be better because it'll be less wet, so we won't lose as much time. In fact, we will gain time if it's going to be lap 6. But now, matter of fact, we should go and catch up to the car's head. Lap number 4 to lap number 5 it is. The safety car is going in the pits and we are going to lose some time, but I think that around lap number 7 we should be good. Now, resume racing, green flag. We are now racing once again, as I said, for the third time. We are in last place of the guys who are still running in the race. But we are going to make a move on the race. Yellow flags, green flags. Okay, we can make a move. Well, when I was racing, I didn't see that. Yeah. Now going into lap number 6. Hulkenberg is ahead of us, and DRS is enabled. Well, Hulkenberg wasn't ahead of us. In fact, he was in the pits going in for the dry set of tires. He was going in for the slicks. As we now make a move, is lap number 7. This where we are starting to gain time. You can see that we're gaining just so much time, and for some reason Jeff wanted us to pit in for Inters. He said lap number 3 as well, so I don't know what he was talking about. But we make a move on Enzo, and now you can see this same lap. You can see how much dry the track is. It is really dry, and not many people are in the pits. And I am guessing because this is a sprint race, will they even pit, or we do something, or we finish outside the points? I am thinking about it. Lap number 9, the points are just ahead of us. P8 is 1.5 seconds, making that even small gap. Now it is just one. Oh, in fact, it's a bigger gap. But what can we do? We're now same drop, overtake him, and these are the last corners of lap number 9, and we're going to lap number 10, third last lap. So we have 3 laps to overtake as many people as we can. Gasly is going to be one of the guys who will be overtaken, and now we have Sainz, who's in the Ferrari, last of a small train, a train of 3 cars. In the train there is Alonso and Hamilton who is leading the pack, and Alonso who is out of ERS. You can see his light is flashing. Same goes for Hamilton, but this could be because the game has it as they're in wet conditions, because they're still in the Inter tires. But you can see that it's just way faster to be on the dries, as you can see right here as well. But George Russell, his light is flashing as well. Leclerc and Verstappen as well. But this is last lap, and this is going to be a fight for the lead. This is going to be one of the last turns. Well, in fact, we've gone over half of the lap, and we're now in P2. Verstappen is 1 second ahead of us. We will be able to overtake Verstappen right to the finish line, or will we not overtake him and come home for P2? We'll be able to see that in a bit, but I think he is a bit too slow, and we are going to go really brave and actually go and win the Austrian Grand Prix. We made one stop, and it was for changing our front wing, and we were the only guys who finished on the dry self tires together with Hulkenberg and Enzo, our teammate. You can see that we got an 8 points. Fastest lap actually belonged to, I think, Hulkenberg, but he wasn't inside the points, which is kinda sad. Or maybe even it was maybe even my teammate. My teammate did a 177. We did a 171, 172. So maybe it was Hulkenberg, but I'm not sure. Hulkenberg has done a 187, so it was us with a fast lap time.
This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's the owner-driver then in pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Perez, Sainz, Ocon, Norris, Albon, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Fittipaldi, Sargent, Joe, De Vries, Tsunoda, Gasly, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, so this is it, the race. This is race day Sunday, where the real points are handed and where a win actually matters. But will we get the win, or will we not? If Verstappen will he overtake us, or maybe even worse, will we not finish inside the points? Our engine will blow up. Only time will tell, and we will see what will happen. But now I am going to fuel the car for minus 0.4 laps, because I think we can quite easily make that as we're starting the formation lap. In a way it start, but trying to get the best grid position that I can. Verstappen, he can, well, he doesn't launch bad, but he has a bit mean starts in the game, well, in real life, but I don't know how the game has it. I hope the game is, well, quite realistic. But now everyone has lined up. The game has saved, so everything we do now will not matter. We have started the Austrian Grand Prix, the race, the Sunday race, the full race, but actually 50%, but it is what it is. We are going to turn number 1, and we are leading the race out of turn 1. And Verstappen, Alonso, Leclerc, and then we have Russell, who ends the top 5. Verstappen, will he go for a move now? No, but we do brake a bit late, so maybe brakes should be adjusted. Brakes should be upgraded, but we still cannot upgrade the brakes because we don't have facility spec 2. I think the brakes is facility spec 2, but if Verstappen goes on for a move from lap number 4, he's on a soft set of tires, so he has a bit more grips than me. We are in the mediums. Well, Verstappen has done the move, and we are trying to pitch him in the inside. We'll have the normal racing line, well, not quite the norm, but we have the outside line for both the last corners, and we actually in the end get the race, so it is actually better for us. Now going this lap number 5, this time we don't get DRS, but lap number 7 Leclerc is behind us and he will get DRS, so this might actually help him in the end. But no, Verstappen did something and he came out ahead of Leclerc, but he has DRS and you can see that was the advantage that he has. We are going to try and make a move on him, but I don't think we weren't quite we were quite successful. We could have done it a bit better, we could have done the switchback, but it is what it is. We are still in first place, which is what matters. But we have a huge slide and we lose too much time. And Verstappen goes in for a move because of the slide that we did, and he's now ahead of us. Leclerc is behind us, but maybe I'll use Verstappen for some ERS, but ERS, we're full of it. We basically don't need ERS, and maybe this is because we're holding up Max Verstappen. Maybe we are holding Max. I hope so, but in the other end I don't, because I really can't think that he's faster than us. Maybe he is, but Leclerc has overtaken us almost into turn 1. We get DRS out of Verstappen, and actually a thank you to Verstappen for actually saving us. But I think is now expired as we make a move on here, and we have a collision with him. I maybe did a small collision right before where I turned. But now going into turn number 4, normally turn number 3, because the king is actually counted. But this is lap 10, now we are going into lap number 17. We have a small slide, but nothing too much as we're going into the pits. Going into the pit lane, will we speed? No, we will not. And actually, you can see that Carlos is, well, going on with his race, which is quite weird. How long will he continue? I don't know. Well, he has a car that has a bit better tire wear than us, although I think we have done 3 tire wear upgrades, which should be good enough for this amount of time. I think there are in total 5 upgrades as we crossed the pit lane exit line and we get a warning. Well, I think in real life, if you exit with 2 tires, you are going to be penalized, but in the game you can go out with 2 tires and actually half your car should be exited. So I get that it was quite silly of me. But lap number 27, we are for some reason behind Max and now ahead of Max, although I don't remember overtaking him. But I did overtake him in the end then. I don't know. Well, this was a race we actually won. We actually won, which was really weird because I didn't see the overtake.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the Styrian Alps. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
Now that overtake really is going to be buzzing me off, but it is what it is. I didn't see it, and I maybe deleted it in the end when I was editing the video and didn't see it. It's, well, one of my first times that something like this has happened. Hasn't happened in a very long time, and if it has happened, it was around 2 years ago. Oh, quite sad. We are now in P4. P4 in both championships. Maybe we can even challenge for the drivers. We're not that far off, 100-something points. And we are halfway through the season. We are 95 points behind Charles Leclerc. P2 is maybe already in the bag as we're going like this. And maybe even P1, but winning the championship in your first season. Wow. Call this a Hamilton moment, although he didn't win. Oh, he lost by a single point. It is what it is. I guess he didn't say that, but for us, it's not a big deal. Well, this was the race. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.